I found this unfinished 4-compartment rectangular box from Hobby Lobby, and I grabbed it when all the wood was 40% off. Now I'm going to start by painting the entire box using some Wise Owl Snow Owl. And this is going to be a very simple craft, and maybe we'll learn some techniques on how we decoupage with a napkin. I found these cool napkins from the Christmas tree shop, and they have some paint splats on them. And I'm going to start by taking one napkin, and what you want to do is remove the layer of napkins. Now, sometimes the package will tell you how many plies or layers are in each napkin, and you just want to make sure you remove them all. And I'm going to take my straight edge and my rotary cutter and just cut the napkin down the middle. Now, on the right side here, there was some texture that I didn't want on my napkin, so I'm just removing that. And I'm going to use a foam brush to apply the 1 hour enamel clear. So I'm applying that first. And then I'm going to take my napkin and lay it on top of the 1 hour enamel. Now you can also use the Wise Owl varnish or some Mod Podge. And once you have your napkin laid down, I just take some saran wrap and I'm just going to rub it on top of the napkin and then apply another coat of the Wise Owl 1 hour enamel. And sometimes your napkin will just peel off very nicely around the edges. You don't want to rip it or force it off, or the napkin will rip. But if it easily tears off, then that's what I do. You can also just leave it, and once everything dries, you can just take a piece of sandpaper and sand the edges off as well. And I also like to paint my surface with a light color before I lay my napkin down. It just helps brighten the napkin. And then I had enough napkin to go around the side of the box as well. So I repeated that. Again, you can do the saran wrap, will help take out any wrinkles and bubbles. And if you have a brayer, this is a good time to use that. And then you top coat it again with the Wise Owl 1 hour enamel. And I did my entire box and I just let everything dry. And once it was dry, I took my 220 grit sandpaper and I just went around the edges and just gave it a light sanding. Next, I took my drill gun and I'm just going to drill a hole at the top left corner of my box, right on the side, and I have these wood dowels, and then I'm going to drill a hole in the bottom right corner of the box. Now, the length of the dowel doesn't really matter, but you want to make sure it's at least 4 inches or so. And I'm going to paint those using some Wise Owl goldenrod. And now you could pick any color you want, and you can totally skip this step as well. And I allowed that to dry. I found this laser cut Create for $1.49 from Hobby Lobby. And I'm going to take my botanical and give that a coat. And I allowed that to fully dry. Next, I took this metallic gold paint that I had, and I'm just going to brush it on top of the botanical. I don't want a heavy coat. I'm just going to take a small amount. Using some Elmer's wood glue, I'm going to secure the wood dowels to the side of my box. So I'm just adding a little bit on the end of the dowel, and then I'm just sticking it into the hole that we drilled. And then you want that to dry. I'm going to take more of my Elmer's wood glue and just brush it onto the back of my create word. And I'm just going to stick that in the center of my box. And then I had added these wood dowels on the left side of the box for a place to hold my hot glue gun. And there we go. Now we just have this very fun craft box with a glue gun holder. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget, paint products can be found on our webpage at chalkitupfancy.com. And you can also watch other tutorials on our webpage as well. Have a great day.